Welcome. Here is what you need to know right now, and this is today's timeless pick a card. Take a deep breath and exhale. Pile 1 we have the octopus, pile 2 the fire ant, pile 3 the lizard, and pile 4 the camel. Take another deep breath and exhale. Timestamps will be in the description box. Pause the video now if you need more time to choose your pile. See you at your pile. Welcome pile 1 if you chose the octopus. This is your reading. This is what you need to know right now. So with the octopus, let's talk about the octopus first and foremost. You could have Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio in your chart, but that is beyond the point. You could have Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius as well, because I'm seeing all that mental energy. Scorpio is, out of all the water signs, for some reason, Scorpio is sticking out. So it could be that you have strong Scorpio in your chart, possibly strong Aquarius, strong Gemini. I'm not saying Libra, Pisces, and Cancer aren't here, but they are less strongly so showing up in this reading. Okay, it seems like there's a great deal of mental activity that's going on for you. You're thinking of many different things, trying to piece everything together, trying to connect all the dots, and you're doing a good job at it as well. It could be that you're overworking your mind a little bit over something. You may be tackling many things at once, feeling a little bit overwhelmed, possibly trying to find the right solution for everything and trying to make everything work in tandem. It seems like you're juggling a lot of subjects in your life, a lot of realms, a lot of things. I'm just seeing you very busy, possibly a little bit overwhelmed, but you're still managing to keep this all under control, is what I'm seeing. I'm seeing someone who is highly intelligent, highly perceptive, super intuitive, and you're using all of this in tandem to make things work. You know how to prioritize, you know how to make things more efficient. So yeah, only thing that's worrying me here a little bit, guys, to be honest with you, is that there's so much mental activity. It's almost like you're all brain at this point, and you're not really tending to other areas of your life that don't take up so much mental space, meaning I'm not seeing the heart space here. I'm not seeing any green, very, little pink there, here and there, but I'm seeing that you, because of all this yellow here, you're thinking about matters regarding your self-worth, your strength, your self-confidence. You're probably finding ways of becoming more self-confident here. Creativity, something about creativity as well. You're working on something creative, trying to be more creative, finding new avenues toward creativity. But it's almost like you're leaving your heart and your desires to the side. And that is a very big component when it comes to being creative. You can use all this mental space, you can overthink things, but if you don't allow yourself to feel, if you don't allow yourself to play, if you don't allow yourself to have an adventure or to venture out of your comfort zone, you can think all you want because the creativity just won't come. So you need to kind of get out of your mind a little bit so you let the creative solutions flow without putting too much pressure on yourself. It's at that moment when you go and do something else that all of a sudden that brilliant idea, insight, or whatever piece of information that's missing, that's when it comes to you. Okay, busy octopus. Busy. Workaholic. I'm getting workaholic vibes here. You also have strong psychic abilities that you're learning to master. They're expanding. We have hold your center. Isn't that what that octopus here is doing? Holding its center. Exactly. Hold your center. So don't get carried away. Don't get overwhelmed. Hold your center. And your center also means you're trying to keep everything together. You're doing a good job at it. But there are aspects of yourself, of your experience of your life, that you are excluding, that are an important part of this balance that you are working hard to create and you are doing a good job at. But it's like you have to tend to this other side, that while you're juggling everything that is mental really well and that has to do with the practical side of life, your center also really depends on your heart and how your heart is doing, and how much you are willing to feel your feelings and follow your heart, because your heart is also connected to your intuition. And holding your center also means holding on to your core values, right? What makes you you without compromising. The number 34 could be relevant, and the number 7, because 3 plus 4 is a 7, it has to do with your soul center, right? Who you are on a soul level, which is your highest truth, it's your highest self. So, and here we do see this woman's higher self. So that's exactly where you need to focus, is on your higher self. What would your higher self say? What would your higher self do if fear wasn't a factor? Because fear is like this this silent enemy that creeps on us based on things that have been lived, or we fear living again, or unseen, unknown, and it sets us into fight or flight mode. It's not real. And so to access your higher self, that is the reality. So accessing your higher self is connecting you to a higher truth away from the fear. And that is where you should focus. That is where you should center your energy and center your actions from the heart space, from your higher self. Yeah, the courageous peony. And isn't that yellow energy from the solar plexus chakra? That is our courage center. And being courageous, courage means living from the heart, taking action from the heart. That's what it means in Latin. The word courage in Latin means, starts with cora, which is connected to the heart, and the other part of the word means action. So it's taking action from the heart, and that's where you should focus right now. Closing your eyes, just forgetting for a moment about what you're thinking or what you're seeing with your physical eyes, and focus on your heart center. If when you close your eyes and you meditate and you go to your chest, your heart center, what feels good? Put every person, place, situation, circumstance right in that heart center. How does it make you feel? And that will be your best guide. Okay? Okay, so before we move on, we have multifaceted, unique nature, and let yourself be seen. It does take courage to allow yourself to be seen. Maybe you're overthinking things, and maybe you've been holding back too much, and it's time to really release yourself and allow yourself to freely express yourself, because you are very talented. You have many sides to you. I wouldn't be surprised if you were attracted to pile number 3 as well. And if you click on pile number 3, you're going to see why I'm saying this. But there's something very unique about you that needs to be shared, needs to be seen. It takes courage. It takes following the heart. And if you're in this overthinking constantly in your mind, you're not allowing yourself to step into your solar plexus energy and push yourself forward with self-confidence, because you're so worried about what people will think, what people will say, what will happen. And when in all truth, you will be supported as you do allow yourself to be seen for just who you are, what you want. It is the only way you're ever going to claim anything you want, because no one's going to do it for you. No one's going to go stand up and say, oh, you know what, here, our pile 1 octopus here, you know, they want this, they want... No, because each person, you know, is having to stand up for themselves to say what they need So you can't be doing that for everyone. Plus, no one, if you're not really showing anything, if you're not really allowing it to be seen what it is you want, no one would really know how to stand up and do it for you. Does that make sense? Okay, so we have dreams. So maybe your dreams are trying to teach you something, show you something, especially if you're having vivid dreams. These are signs from your higher self communicating with you. So pay attention to your dreams. Your dreams are carrying messages that are important to you. The number 23 could be relevant, the number 5. And these dreams are trying to bring some kind of change to your life. Change in the way you're doing things, change in the way you're thinking about things, change in focus, change on what you center your attention on, change when it comes to being invisible to being visible. There's a lot more that you have to share with the world, but you are holding back for whatever reason, because you are just worried or fear-centered, fear-based here, low vibrational thinking, lack mentality, possibly what could go wrong rather than all the things that could go right. Okay, so there needs to be a shift in perspective, and your dreams are trying to show you about this shift, something about this shift in perspective, in focus. Where should you center your energy? Say what you mean exactly. You need to start saying what you mean and meaning what you say, rather than saying something and expecting someone to pick up the cue or understand what you're trying to say, but behind what you're actually saying. Like, that is very outdated thinking and way of communicating. Way too many people expect others to... they say something expecting that others are going to pick up on what they're actually trying to say, when most people are too busy trying to live their own lives, let alone try and decipher or translate that someone is saying something but they actually mean something else. It's just a waste of time. It just takes longer for you to get to where you need to get, and you're really just delaying your own process. You're just delaying your own path. You're just delaying your abundance and your blessings coming in. And if you're not being clear about what it is you mean, what it is you want, who it is that you are, then it's just gonna, because that uniqueness about you is exactly what's going to bring in the blessings that are meant for you. And if you're blocking that communication, if you're not saying what you mean, then you're just postponing something that you're really wanting, but you're allowing fear to take over, and thus you no longer are in the driver's seat. Fear is in the driver's seat for you. So you're the only one who can make this decision. No one else can do it for you. Yeah, we have reach out. So if you want to reach out to someone, just reach out. Don't be waiting for the right time all the time. Don't be, if you need help, reach out. If you see someone needing your help, reach out. Just always reach out. Don't hold back. Don't keep holding back. There are people wanting to collaborate with you. There are people wanting to support you. There are people who need your support. And by isolating yourself, you are blocking others from growing. You're blocking yourself from growing, because this could be mutually beneficial, but because you are closing up in yourself, you are not benefiting maybe 10 times as much as you could be, because it could be that you're even holding on to fear here. And fear is, keeping you from collaborating with people who could really contribute to the growth of your own abundance. And we have trust. Yeah, but it could be that you have trouble trusting. And so you hold back and you sit there waiting for someone to come in and understand you or understand what it is that you want, but you're not saying anything. So your spirit guides, the universe, God is trying to come in and tell you, trust this process, take that leap of faith, because this is the full energy. That's courage, take this leap of faith and trust the process. Focus on love, simply love. And we have the Six of Cups here energy, which is childhood energy. And I'm going to translate this as childlike energy. Be like the child, be childlike, look at the world with fresh eyes, look at the world with purity and innocence. Look at the world as you would before your trauma, before your pain, and all the possibilities. Focus on the love and trust that love will carry you through. Focus on your heart space. Focus on, taking action from the heart space. Again, that is what courage is. No more, no less. It's just it's doing it with fear, but doing it anyway, so long as you are following your heart. Okay? And release toxicity. Release that devil in the mind. Release what is holding you back. Allow yourself the transformation. Allow the light to come in. Allow yourself to be vulnerable. Allow yourself to see yourself exactly as you are at this moment. Because wherever you are is a good place to start, is a good place to transform. Don't be waiting for a time where everything is perfect, because no transformation comes from being perfect. No one needs to transform if they're perfect. But it's the process to get there that you have to be completely honest with yourself. Look at yourself and say, okay, this is my life. This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm working at. This is what I'm happy about. This is what I'm not happy about. So if I'm not happy about something, what can I do to change it? Do I need to first of all, be honest with myself? If I've been in denial with myself, and maybe denial has been coming from the fact that I am afraid, that I'm fearful, that there may be consequences, but there's going to be consequences either way, whether you do something or you don't do something. Now, you can choose to do something and you're going to have consequence, but at least it was your choice. It wasn't someone else's choice. At least you're getting something out of it that you actually want. You could have Scorpio. Again, I did feel strong Scorpio coming from this pile. You could have Aries in your chart as well. And we have the crown chakra. Again, your higher self. Again, that number 7, your spiritual path. Pay attention to your soul. Pay attention to your heart. Wherever you are right now, first of all, it's not too late. And where you are is always the best place to start. But don't ignore your intuition. Don't deny your intuition in favor of the devil in the mind, okay? That will only lead you to more toxicity, more fear, more digging up a bigger hole away from your abundance and your blessings, okay? Be honest with yourself. Have the courage to follow your heart. Take action from the heart space. Have 7 of Pentacles. Otherwise, you're going to be waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. If you're waiting for someone to reach out to you, you're just going to keep waiting and it's not going to happen. It may be time. And with the number 57 being there, that is not good. That is like 3 of Swords energy. That is sadness. That is pain. So by just sitting there and waiting for someone to tell you how you feel or to fix it for you, even though you're not saying anything, it's just not going to happen. So all it's going to do is cause you more pain, cause you more waiting, cause you to go even more and more and more in your shell. Ace of Pentacles. It's time to really do things differently. There is a beautiful new beginning waiting for you. One that is stable, prosperous, secure, long-lasting, healthy. There's a healthier way, but you need to allow yourself. First of all, you need to kick that devil out of the mind. For that, you need to move out of your own mind. You need to start taking action from the heart space. And then you will be able to create something way more stable, solid, prosperous, and abundant. And with the number 8 here, this is actually a really good omen. It means that whatever seed you are planting based on trust and taking action from your heart space is going to bring you divine blessings. It's going to drive away any evil spirits that you're already worried of. And if you're into any kind of agricultural production, like planting seeds, growing plants, or growing fruits and vegetables, it's going to be very good. but you need to trust. You can't be holding on to the seeds and thinking, okay, this could now be metaphorical. It doesn't have to be literal, okay? It could be literal or metaphorical. Plant those seeds. Don't hold them in your hands. Otherwise, they're just going to go to waste. And if you do plant them, divine blessings are coming your way. Evil spirits will not get to you. All the things you're fearing are not going to happen. This is what this is saying. If you take the leap of faith, if you take action from the heart space, all those things you're fearful of will dissipate because they're just fear, and fear is the illusion. Fear is not actually the things happening right now. It's the fear that they will happen. And once you start doing things and taking action and you take that leap of faith, you're going to say, why didn't I do this before? What was I worried about? This is actually bringing me a lot more blessings than I thought. And actually, you know, all the things I thought that were going to happen to me, that I was going to be judged or punished or whatever, it's not actually happening. And 10 of Cups, I'm actually more emotionally fulfilled than I've ever been in my life. And finally, my inner child is coming out and celebrating, because I overcame something that was with me since childhood. This fear that has been with me. I'm having a victory over the fear. And that's how you want to feel. Like a divine warrior. Like someone who stands up for their soul. And doesn't come back lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, going through the same lessons, the same pain over and over and over again, just to still not get their 10 of Cups, that emotional fulfillment. So the way to get the emotional fulfillment is to be courageous. If you're not willing to be courageous, you're not going to get it. The number 71 could be relevant. The number 8, again, there is a lot of prosperity. There is a lot of wealth, health, stability on the other side of this leap of faith. But you seem to associate a comfort zone, or what you already know, what you already built, as that stability. And yes, it is stability. But what we're talking about when we see the number 8 is we're seeing not just stability, we're seeing stable wealth, stable health, and emotional fulfillment for yourself, for your family. 2 of Swords. But that indecision is what you need to release. Because on the one side, you have your fears. On the other side, you have your heart. And you've been following your fears, and that's been keeping you stuck. If you're experiencing a stalemate, it's because of fear, and fear alone. We have the 7 of Cups, because you feel confused, because you don't know what is your intuition, and what is the intuition, what is the mind, and the devil in the mind. You don't know what is ego, what you're thinking is ego, or what is intuition. You're confused because you are allowing fear into the equation, because you are overthinking things. If you weren't overthinking things, you wouldn't be at a stalemate, because you wouldn't be confused. So the only way to ward off confusion is to, okay, what do I want? Be honest with yourself, then be honest with others, then trust the process. And if you feel it in your heart space, you can't go wrong, because your heart is telling you exactly where the abundance is. And your dreams have been telling you something about it as well, but you just sit there, do nothing with it, and expect for, things to somehow show up at your doorstep. And, yeah, sometimes that happens, but other times you really need to make decisions in life. Now, a last card here for you guys and it says relationship patterns, and the number 32. So God, the universe, wants you. The number 32 is about being victorious, overcoming, and being successful, winning. So the universe really wants you to overcome any difficulties you've been experiencing due to patterns that you keep repeating in relationships. Now, the pattern could be fear, the pattern could be waiting and not expressing. The pattern could be not doing anything out of fear, and then you don't reap, you know, the blessings, the rewards that you could reap from letting go of certain patterns that you seem to repeat when it comes to relationships. And it says it takes strength to recognize the need for change. Yeah, I mean, so interesting, the strength and the courage. There's so much of a lion. I'm seeing a lion here, a lion theme, a heart theme. Strength is connected to the solar plexus chakra. Courage is connected to the solar plexus chakra. And the lion heart, I just heard lion heart, and is connected, of course, so the lion is connected to both the solar plexus chakra and the heart chakra. So the key to your success, the key to your strength, the key to your courage, the key to your strength, and the key to your stability is following your heart. That is the key. And maybe you have displayed patterns in your relationships where you refuse to follow your heart. And because, you know, you find that you're very strong if you hold back. But what takes true strength is to admit certain things to yourself and to admit that there needs to be some kind of change, and then performing that change. But if you're not even admitting it, so admitting it is mental, right? Okay, I admit this. So if you don't even admit this, how do you get to the other step? You first have to admit it, and that is also mental energy. But you're so afraid to admit it in your own mind, but it's just fear. It's not like something's going to happen if you admit it in your own mind. The best case scenario will be, okay, then it will unblock you to the next step. So, but I see a lot of change going on for you here. I'm seeing the mirrored number 2332 now. So you may want to go check that out. Angel number 2332, mirrored number. So that means that you're being blessed here with change. Okay, change is occurring within you. But there's an opportunity here that it's up to you. It really is up to you. And I know there's a saying that what's meant for you will not pass you by, but certain decisions you kind of need to take, otherwise that opportunity passes you by until the next time. And then you have to wait way longer than you would if you just allow yourself to go. And again, yes, now is always the perfect time, but then you have to ask yourself, do you want to live with the pain of wondering what it could have been? Do you want to delay this even more, having the information you have with you right now? That is up to you. It's always up to you. The number 18 and the number 9 could be relevant to you. Pile number 1, beautiful reading. It was a pleasure to read for you guys today. Let me know how this resonates for you in the comment section. If it did not, choose another pile. Take what resonates, leave what does not. Thank you for all your likes, comments, subscribes, shares. It really helps the channel. It helps me bring you more of these videos. For extra content, I have Patreon, TikTok, and YouTube members area. For readings, energy healings, and life purpose reports, you can find my email in the description box. For the healing bracelets, I also have a link below. You may want to go check out my Etsy store. And that was your reading, pile number 1. It was a pleasure to read for you guys today. Bless you, and see you sometime soon. Bye, till next time. Welcome, pile 2. If you chose this fire ant, this is your reading. This is what you need to know right now. So you could have fire in your chart, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries. Doesn't have to be. Or you could just feel fired up, or there is something about a collective venture going on here, a collaboration with many people, or doing things, or a following, fan base, I don't know, collaboration, support, seeking support, creating something for the greater good, concerns here, a collective creativity, a collective creative endeavor. something you want to create with other people for many people. Okay, so I'm seeing a smaller circle here. I'm seeing then that is the nucleus. At that nucleus, I'm going to be honest, I see 5 people. So maybe there are 4 other people you want to collaborate with. And then immediately after that, I'm seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Wait a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I'm seeing 14 other people immediately after that, and then I am seeing a larger amount of people. So I am seeing, I don't know if this is an event where we have the 5 masterminds or the 5 talents, the 5 something, the 5 for change, because 5 is the number of change. 5 is also communication. It's mercurial energy, Gemini energy, Virgo energy here. I'm seeing communication. I'm seeing creativity. I am seeing power, empowerment. Something where 5 people get together and then another 14 join in. So we have 19, which is another significant number here, which is also a 1. So 19 become 1. And then 19 is 1 to 20. So that 1 element is the invisible element that is moving this all, which I see as spirit, as I see as energy, universe, God energy, okay? So there is definitely something here, collaboration for the greater good. And I'm seeing 5 people at the nucleus of this, and then 14 other people who are needed to keep this going and together. So, sorry, the recording got interrupted. As I was saying, whatever this is, it is about empowerment. It is about helping people. It is going to be beneficial to many people. It's going to inspire many people. People are going to be attracted to this thing as any insect would be or bug would be to the heat. Okay, those bugs that are attracted to heat. It's going to create a buzz and a following because it is so needed. And so if you're thinking about doing a collaboration with other people and you kind of know and you feel fired up about this because you know how inspiring this is going to be, how much it will inspire others, how inspired you are about this, then this is your sign that you are on the right path, okay? Yeah. First ray of power. This is the beginning of something very powerful. And you're getting this information from the universe. You're getting these downloads from spirit, from God, okay? You are getting this information from the higher realms. Through your crown chakra, you're getting downloads about this knowledge. And it's in your hands. Look at that. You see those colors? You see the yellow? You see the orange? You see? It could be that you have this idea and you are going to collaborate with 4 other people. But it's like you hold this knowledge. You are the first one to hold this knowledge and to hold this idea, to hold this project, and to then make it happen. So you're meant to make this happen. This is the beginning of something big, and it is connected to, you know, everything that is. We have the great severing, and we have the Mars energy, anger, conflict, and softening to love. Okay, so yeah, see how these ants are all coming together. They don't look like they're moving away. They're moving to the center here. Even if they're moving outside, they're taking something from the center and they are sharing it outside. And there's something about a group effort. And I feel here you are an agent of union between people, between everything that is. You are here to promote unity, to promote working for the greater good as a collective. There was a great severing. There was conflict on this earth. There was a lot of anger. And you're here to soften people back to love, and so that they can work together on something they love for the greater good, for in the name of love. I just heard in the name of love. Okay, so it's something about working against anger. It is about relinquishing the anger and substituting it for love. There's something about you that is going to inspire a collective of people to soften to love. There's still many people who are angry, who have been through things in pain and haven't understood that they can actually overcome this and become different people. They don't have to become like their parents. They don't have to become a result or a product of what happened to them, you know, or whatever harm was done to them, whether it was parents or someone else. And you're here to show people that actually they don't have to be a result of what happened to them. They can actually take that and use themselves to be a different example of what could be, of the world and the people they would have liked to have in their life when they didn't. And we have transparency, honest, authentic, genuine, and present. So there's something about you that is very honest, you're very genuine, you're very present, you're very authentic. And that really draws people to you. And that really, you're also teaching about the fact that we can all be honest about who we are, what we want, where we want to go. We can be transparent, we can be authentic, we can be present and genuine without having to go up against each other and get into conflict and be angry at each other for being different or for being honest and authentic. You know, if someone's being honest and authentic with you, you don't have to be angry at them. There's nothing you can do to change that person or to change how they feel or change how they think. And anger and conflict is definitely not going to. So there's something about accepting the way other people are and softening to that love that creates unity. And it's way more workable than trying to change people or getting angry at them for being the way they are. They don't know any better. They have their own life experience. They have their own brain. They have their own brain chemistry. They have their own experiences. They have their own people who taught them and their own examples of the world. And so you can't expect people who didn't have your own examples, and you can't well, you can, but there's a lot that these people are really not guilty of. They're just working with what they know and what they've learned, right? And what they observed. We have sadness. And okay, so I'm seeing something else now. There's a, okay, here's the thing. So the thing that you feel is a weakness is actually what's going to empower you. Maybe you feel your sadness is a weakness, or your something you've been through is a weakness. Maybe even your own anger is a weakness. And I'm seeing a theme here of anger and sadness. Many times people express anger when they should be expressing sadness. Anger is just a form of sadness being expressed in a way that is toxic, unhealthy, and it leads to conflict. So what comes after anger is normally the softening and the tears and the vulnerability and the sadness. That is what we want to see, even if, you know, we do experience anger, which is also perfectly human and normal. We can then choose to show what's behind the anger, or we can just keep being angry. And so transparency and showing exactly what's behind the anger is a lot more effective. It is a lot more inspiring. It is a lot more conducive to getting things done than the anger itself. Because the anger creates division. The transparency creates unity. Because then people have something that they can work with. There is a nucleus of what is going on. There is a reason why, this anger has been expressed, or even if you do express anger momentarily, if you can very quickly explain what is behind your anger and show your sadness, show your vulnerable side, then that people can identify with that nucleus because they also have that going on. Now, if you're showing the anger, you're pushing them away. I don't know who needs to hear this or why, but here we are. And so, yeah, a balance needs to be found here. A balance needs to be found here. Yes, while it's okay to feel anger, to express anger, it's about not taking it too far to a point where it may create such a divide that it's very difficult to go back, and hence it can burn bridges. Now, Two of Pentacles. Someone here, you're watching this, you may be struggling to find a balance, and I'm seeing we have the sand clock, I don't know how you call that, the sand thingy. We have a flower, a rose, we have a ring, and we have a baby, we have, what is that, a book and a cup. So I am seeing you may feel like you're running out of time and you're struggling to balance everything out. You may be worried about fading out like the seasons and the crops, and like you don't have many crops left. You're maybe looking back at what you did with all that time where you could have had, I don't know, 30 crops in your lifetime and you only really had 5. And you may be seeking so much knowledge in books and not really living. You may be trying to juggle your commitments. What do you want to commit to? What you can commit to? Your children. But then, you know, the thing that gets forgotten is this cup down here. You know, in the midst of all of this, are you finding time to fill your cup? Or are you worried about all these other things that you leave behind when you leave this earth? What are you going to take with you? What memories are you going to take? What experiences? What experiences were really worthwhile? And so that's what needs to come into focus here. That is the nucleus. What is making you sad? Why are you sad? Are you trying to juggle too many things? Are you trying to be too many things for too many people? How authentic are you with yourself, and honest and genuine and present with yourself? If you were truly honest with yourself, what would you be doing? What makes you happy? What represents that cup there? Because all the rest will fit into place. But what about, why are you angry? There's a reason you're sad. And why are you sad? And so that's what you need to focus on, because that is your answer to everything else. Daydreams and decisions. You're confused. 7 of Cups. You're very confused here about, you know, why is it that I don't have enough time? What am I missing out on? I've got too much on my plate. How do I delegate? How do I manage this? Too much going on at once. Solar plexus chakra, your self-confidence. You may have felt drawn to pile number 1. If so, go and watch that message. The fact that you may be neglecting yourself is what's taking a toll on your self-confidence. Nothing else and no one else. If you have pushed yourself aside, if you have given up a part of yourself, if you are not taking action from the heart space, meaning being courageous, if you are allowing fear to step in, if you are putting everyone else's needs before your own, if you are trying to impress rather than trying to live your best life and be happy doing it, then, and if you're giving too much of your time to people who are not reciprocating or there for you or whatever, then you need to take it back and understand that this sadness and this feeling of emptiness, indecision, overwhelmness, and sadness is coming from the fact that you are not standing up for yourself and your own needs. Okay? And maybe because you're fearful that you wouldn't get enough support, but there's actually a bunch of people, you would get a lot more support than you're getting now. Yeah, and so your healing begins. You are headed toward a healing journey right now, but it has to be your choice. You need to choose to heal. You need to choose. The healing will only begin once you become very honest with yourself about what it is you need, what it is make you happy, what is it you're passionate about, what inspires you, Where is it that your heart lies? Where is it that your heart is? What is your heart truly in? Okay, is it all these conventions, all that looks good on paper, all that, you read in a book? Or is it what truly makes you happy? And it's only once you are fully transparent with yourself and others that you can actually start healing from this madness of trying to live up to other people's expectations and wearing this mask and playing this role that is not really making you happy. Sacral chakra, courage, be childlike, be brave, be adventurous, take that leap of faith. Follow your passion and you will see your libido going up. You will see you're having a glow up. You will see yourself soaring and creating and living a passionate life no matter how many years you have or you think you have. It's what you make of those years. It's what you make of every minute of every day, and every day of every week, and every week of every month, and every month of every year, and so forth, every year of every decade. How are you living your life since you wake up until you go to sleep? Is it making you happy? Is it making you sad? Is it pushing you forward? Is it bringing you down? Maybe some of it is pushing you forward, but then a lot of it may be pulling you back. And so, what is the balance? Have you found balance? Are you expressing anger instead of being vulnerable and expressing sadness? Because the chances are, if you are expressing more anger than you are expressing sadness, it's because you are being dishonest with yourself. And it's coming out with the wrong toxic energy. King of Wands, you could have Leo, Sagittarius, Aries in your chart again. You have the number 50. You're being invited to allow yourself to change. Change is the key to finding that balance, by the way, because it's right on top of the balance card. Eloquence. Say what you mean what you say. Pile number 1 theme. Someone's name here could be Daniel. Doesn't have to be. Change is afoot, but change is the key to finding that balance. Change within yourself, and that will bring you the answer when you're in doubt. Change is the answer when you're in doubt. Change is the answer to find a balance. 9 of Wands. You've been at this for way too long. It's like you're not giving up of this same way of doing things over and over again, no matter how many battles it gets you into, no matter how much sadness it brings you. You keep insisting upon this. You have been insisting upon this. And that is the mystery being revealed to you, is the very fact that you've been insisting on not changing the way you're doing things, that is keeping you in these battles after battle after battle after battle. If you keep hitting the same wall and not being able to overcome it, it's because you're doing something the same way, expecting different results, which is the very definition of insanity. Now, I'm not calling you insane. We're all guilty of this at one point or another in our lives. And we're not really guilty of it. It's like we don't really know any better. But this is that point in time that you know better. You know better. 8 of Wands. And once you know better, that's when you start pushing forward. That is the power. That is what empowers you. That is what brings you confidence in yourself, is being honest with yourself and saying enough with the madness, enough with this insanity, enough of trying to do the same thing expecting different results. While there is great virtue in having a certain degree of discipline and daily routines and all of that, there always has to be space to take risks, both small and big. Because if you keep insisting on covering that part of yourself, it's going to explode as anger. It's not that the root cause is not being addressed, and it comes out in all these weird ways. And it's blocking you in many areas of your life where you could be thriving. Queen of Pentacles, so much stability, money, prosperity could be coming your way. And change, 55. But it's coming with change. Again, if you're one of those people who feel that the only way you're going to be wealthy or you're going to be happy or healthy is if you do what you've always been doing since you were born, then this is telling you that imagine what you would do if you would change and allow yourself to upgrade your thinking or do things differently or risk here and there. If you've gotten this far with that kind of thinking, you're keeping yourself from getting this far. And for some reason, guys, I'm sensing in this group, you guys want to get up here. You do. But you're only getting this much because you're not allowing yourself to change. You're not allowing yourself to be honest with yourself and authentic and genuine and present with yourself and others. Because first of all, you're feared that that change would create sadness to others. Then you're fearful of your own sadness. Then you're fearful that that would create conflict and anger around you. And you know what? It may very well. But at the same time, it's also going to push away those that don't understand you and bring close those who can help you, those who can truly collaborate and assist you and support you in the way that you truly deserve. Four of Wands. So that you can create the bliss and the stability that you want. And again, we have a 5 there. I can't make this up. See? In all these cards, 5 represents stability. And the funniest thing is people feel that change brings instability. Well, yeah, it might temporarily, of course, because it's change, but what if it's leading you to more stability? A heightened stability, an abundant stability, rather than a so-so stability. You know, as much as I can believe stability. I don't believe in more stability. Guess what? When you don't believe in more doesn't happen. Be willing to express love. Don't keep it to yourself. The more you express love, the more you call in love. The more you call in love, the more you open your heart space, your heart chakra, the more you call in the abundance. Express love to receive love. Express the truth to receive the truth. Express honesty to receive honesty. Be the highest expression of yourself. If you express anger, guess what you receive? Anger. If you express love, you receive love. But the only way you can express love is if you're honest with yourself. If you're not, you're going to keep expressing anger and getting anger back. If you express fear, you get fear back. What does fear bring? It brings instability. It brings self-doubt. It brings a lack of self-confidence. And it brings in anxiety and depression. Sadness, right? Lower vibrational. If you express love, if you're vulnerable to release the sadness by expressing it, then you're opening the way to bring in happiness and love. Because if you're sad, you can't invite the energy of love. Love is connected to playfulness. Love is connected to joy. Right? And so is abundance. That was your reading, pile number 2. It was a pleasure to read for you guys today. I hope that this was helpful. If this resonated with you, go ahead and let me know in the comment section. And thank you guys for all your likes, for subscribing, sharing these videos, saving these videos, commenting on these videos. It really helps the channel and it helps me bring you more. It was a pleasure to read for you guys today. More content is on Patreon, TikTok, YouTube members. Area information for that is in the description box. For readings, life purpose reports, and energy healing, you can find my email in the description box. For the healing bracelets, you can find my Etsy store with special discount link in the description box. Guys, it's been a pleasure to read for you guys today. Bless you all. See you sometime soon. Bye. Till next time. Welcome pile 3 if you chose this lizard. This is what you need to know right now. So I know this is not a chameleon, but for some reason I'm picking up chameleon energy here. You could have Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries in your chart. There's something about you trying to blend in with the environment and trying to be a chameleon, but you're not quite pulling it off, or you're not meant to. You're not meant to be a chameleon, you're not meant to blend in, you're meant to stick out. So even though the environment that you are in is similar, you have similarities to what surrounds you, there are still things that make you unique and that you're meant to stand out for. So you may think you're blending in, but you're not really, and that's actually a good thing. There's nothing really to worry about. If you think that people are not noticing your uniqueness, they are. It's not something that you can hide, if that makes sense. We have the key of light, exactly, because what you have is like, this thing that's different about you is like, it's a key that's been given to you from the higher realms, and this is very specifically Archangel Michael. The number 26 could be relevant, the number 8. And this uniqueness is because you have these traits that are different for a reason. And I feel this reason is because you are a light worker, so you're meant to bring clarity, to bring illumination, knowledge, something different, something that doesn't exist in your environment. You're meant to bring that in, which is why you're meant to stand out. You have been given a key of divine knowledge, okay? And with the number 26 here, that number is the number of celebrity, being seen, screen, looking good on camera, acting, communicating. It is about being visible, and it's also about beauty. So if there's something about your physical beauty that really sticks out, stands out, there's a reason why. It's so that you can attract people to whatever message you have. And I was about to say mission, and this one showed up, double mission, light worker, starseed. See, this is from a completely different deck. This is from a deck, a light worker deck, and this is from a starseed deck. But this one actually says you have a double mission here. You're both a light worker and a starseed missions here. And it says serve the world by being you, exactly, by using those unique traits here, whatever that is for you, okay? And you know what it is. We have homeland, arrival, a journey ends, establishment, building, and settled. So there's something about where you are now that you either need to move away from so that you can carry out your mission or your double mission, or where it is that you are, you're meant to be where you are, to settle, to establish, because you've arrived at your destination. You've arrived at the place where you're meant to spread this light, where you're meant to carry out this double mission. If you feel you haven't arrived in that place, then there's a journey to that place where you're meant to establish yourself. And I'm seeing something about the ocean and turtles. The number 44 could be relevant. It means you're being divinely guided. The archangels are around you. This confirming Archangel Michael here, working very closely with you. Your mission has something to do with communication and also assisting in cutting out the toxicity and raising the vibration of the planet wherever you are, of the land and the people and nature in general and animals. So If you feel you're not in the right place, you're meant to go to where you're being called. If you feel you're in the right place, that's where you're meant to be to carry out this mission. Whatever this mission is, 2 plus 6 is an 8, 4 plus 4 is also an 8. So we have angel number 88. Whatever this mission is, it is meant to bring in abundance. It's meant to bring in stability and abundance. Have faith in your journey. Yeah, you are on the right path with the number 22 being there. It means you are on the right path. And again, we have now 22 and 44. So angel number 44, 22, 22, 44, and then isolated master number 22. Go look these up, and angel number 44. So you're on the right path. Keep taking steps. You just stick to your faith. Okay, and have faith in what you're doing, because it is very special. It is very needed. And have faith in your uniqueness, because that is the key to carrying out your mission. Okay, that will give you the clues of what you're meant to do, because it is a trait that is very unique to you, and no one else around you really that you know of in your physical vicinity really possesses that. Okay. All right. We have the world, embrace. Yeah, embrace your mission. I just heard. It's time to embrace your mission. It's time to... Some of you are going to be well known around the world, or you have like an online business that's going to be successful around the world, even though you're shipping from one place if it's like a physical product, but it could be digital products. The number 21, the number 3 could be relevant. There is progress that you're making here. You're closing a cycle, maybe in a place where you've been living, and you're moving to the place where you're meant to be. There's something about travel here. You're meant to travel somewhere and establish yourself in that place. Embrace an opportunity to travel. Embrace an opportunity to change your life. There's something you're doing that's going to help people all around the world. And we have choose your battles, 7 of Pentacles. So really decide where it's worthwhile planting those seeds, okay? And where your priorities are. And this is also something about delayed gratification. There's something you've been working toward that is going to bear fruit. Yeah, followed by the well-deserved reward, of course. Sorry, that's the 7 of Wands, and this is the 9 of Pentacles. So, of course, yeah, it seems like you're having to defend yourself, stand up for yourself, and not give up on the things you want to do. But at the end of this journey, you're going to get rewarded for the hard work that you've been putting in. I see financial stability and independence here. I see good health as well. And I see a good, solid foundation to bring in more abundance. 4 of Cups. There's something you're very dissatisfied about, and you feel like you should be somewhere else again. It's like you've either outgrown where you are, or you feel called to be somewhere else. Because you kind of feel like opportunity is somewhere else, and you may be right. But the number 15, devil energy here, you could have Capricorn in your chart. Doesn't have to be the number 15. It means that you could be caging yourself in, caging your desires and your heart in, and you may be lacking the courage to take action. So you may be reluctant to take action from your heart, which is the definition of courage. But, you know, there is some hope here, because in that 15, there's a 1 plus a 5, which is also a 6, which is abundance. So you're right at the threshold of turning things around for yourself just by adjusting your energy, by adjusting your thoughts, by adjusting your self-concept, what you believe, who you believe you are, what you believe you're capable of, assumptions about what you believe is possible for you. You can still change all these things and turn that toxicity holding you back, the devil in the mind, turning it into abundance. It's just a shift in a mindset, and then you also shift energetically. Yeah, the Wheel of Fortune, you're meant for so much more. And I do feel you're going to turn things around. I do feel you're going to make the necessary mental adjustments and energetic adjustments. I really do feel that. Things are changing for you. You're going to choose to live in your Dharma. You're going to be closing a karmic cycle of possibly even a place where you've been living. And there's a new chapter in your book of life here is what I'm seeing here. It says the recording angel, and we have Metatron is with you. So make sure you keep a journal and you record everything about your past, because it's going to help you summarize and make choices for the future. We have the Ten of Swords. You're definitely closing a cycle of being defensive, holding back, and feeling like you have to constantly fight for what you want. The number 17 could be relevant to you. The number 8, again, we have 888 on the table. So that's a lot of 8s. Where you're headed is definitely toward stable, long-lasting stability. The number 17 maybe, and it says protects from sadness. So if you're feeling like closing a cycle is going to make you sad, it may temporarily, but it's going to actually have the opposite effect on you. Ace of Swords, because you're going to see how this new beginning, there's going to be clarity about what this new beginning can actually bring you. I see a lot of friends coming your way, a lot of support as well. The number 61 could be relevant to you. The number 7. There's something about a truth that will be revealed to you that is going to help you end a cycle of many battles and having to constantly defend yourself or stand up for yourself. Or something you've been fighting for a very long time. You're going to see the truth of the situation that will be revealed to you, and you will decide to end that thing. With 5 of Cups here, you could feel a little bit left out in the cold, or once you do that, or it could be that you feel left out from your own prosperous life, like you're missing out on something. You may be experiencing some form of FOMO, like fear of missing out, and you may be turning into the mindset of YOLO. You live only once, right? The number 43 could be relevant. The number 7. This is coming because of this spiritual ascension that you've had recently. And what will be revealed to you also will be your mission. The key of that will open that door that will show you and reveal to you where you're meant to be next, what you're meant to do next here. And the 5 of Swords, but you are dealing with a lot of mental conflict here. You want to know more about this before you proceed, before you open your heart to this, before you follow your heart. There are a few things here that are worrying you. So on the one hand, you feel you have this double mission. On the other hand, there's a tug of war and a mental conflict going on between the devil in the mind and your intuition. So have faith in your intuition. Allow yourself to really feel your feelings, feel how you feel about things, because that is the key to taking you where you need to go, to closing the cycles you need to close. Only you know what those are. With 2 5s being here, there's definitely change, but this change is going to be as slow as your willingness to follow your heart, really. It's a choice, okay? Last card, we have you are limitless. So you may be limiting yourself, and that would be devil energy. The restrictions of Saturn, exactly. And that is very oppressive in itself when our own mind is our own worst enemy, okay? So the only way you can get out of your own mind and you can get your life going is by, if you've been stopping yourself from evolving by, thinking these things about yourself, you can do anything you choose. You can do anything you choose. You can go anywhere you want to go. You can be whoever you want to be. Look at this unicorn. That is you. That is your uniqueness, okay? But you've been limiting yourself. And we have 2 swans here, so you could be on a twin flame journey, and your twin flame journey could have something to do with this triggering. This may have been a catalyst to you understanding more about yourself, and then you're so much more, and you have so much more to do and give, but your past, your ego mind, your devil in the mind is holding you back. So if you feel held back and oppressed, it's not that anyone else is doing it, even though energetically you may be allowing people to, subconsciously so and unknowingly so. You can actually turn this around by saying different things to yourself. There's something about your self-talk here that needs to change if you really want to experience all this unlimited potential that you still hold. It's not late. You still have a lot of time to get this done. And yeah, I wish you all the best. Pile number 3, that was your reading. If this resonated with you, let me know how in the comments section. If it did not, choose another pile. And thank you guys all for all your likes, for subscribing, for sharing the videos, for saving the videos, and commenting. It really helps the channel, and it helps me bring you more of these videos. It was a pleasure to read for you guys today. Bless you all, and see you sometime soon. Bye. Till next time. Welcome, pile 4. If you chose this camel, then this is your reading. This is what you need to know right now. You could have Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio strongly in your chart. Okay, I'm seeing something about the desert. I'm seeing Middle East. I am seeing North Africa. I am seeing Arab countries. Okay, I am seeing a desert. You having what you need to go through this desert. So, okay, here's what I'm hearing. Some of you guys know that there's going to be a desert crossing in your life. Now, this is metaphorical, okay? And you know how camels can store water and food in them, in their humps, while they traverse the desert, right? While they go through the desert for many days under the sun, and not an oasis in sight, no water in sight, nothing, right? And so they're saying that this thing that you need to do, that you want to do, it's not something you want to do because you know it's going to be tough. It's going to be like going through a desert with no water. So Spirit, Universe, God really wants you to prepare for, and they're saying it's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. So make sure you're prepared. Make sure you're prepared. So maybe this reading is all about being prepared for, you know, going through this. Now, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just that anything that's worthwhile takes time, but normally the best things, or many times, let's put it that way, the best things are really the ones that we have to wait for or work hard toward, and prepare while everyone else is having fun, that kind of thing, okay? I don't know what this is for you, but it's something about going your own way, and doing this alone and feeling alone through the process. But there's a difference between being alone and feeling lonely, okay? And you don't have to feel lonely. This is temporary, and you know, this is also about learning to be in your own company, which if you're not used to that, it can be a difficult process, but it doesn't have to be. So yeah, let's keep going. Let's see what else we have. Third ray of creative intelligence. Yeah, you kind of need to be alone because you're going through this internal transformation. And this is happening for the sake of your creativity. You are being given information that is transforming you on a cellular quantum level that is activating your creative potential. So I'm seeing a lot of activity going on in your sacral chakra. I wouldn't be surprised if you're feeling like a high libido, or like getting a glow up, feeling really sensual, very sexual, and in touch with your sexuality and your body, and having all these juicy ideas. So the number 3, I'm seeing the number 3 here. That is the number of the Empress. It's like you're transforming into an Empress with all these butterflies here. There's an old you that is being left behind, and you're transforming into this vibrant, glowing being, okay? You're beaming, really. And you're leaving this other you in the past. And so you kind of need to do this on your own. This is not something that you can have company to do. Why? Because you're being put in this position so that you can zoom out and gain perspective and see how none of a lot of what's going on really matters. And I'm taking the common ground out of this. I'm not going to read on that, but because what I see here is in order for you to gain your unique perspective, that's your unique brand of creativity, you need to be on your own. Otherwise, you're going to be influenced by others, and you can't create the trend or the thing that only you can create away from other people. If you're there are things we are meant to create and collaborate with others, but this thing you're meant to create on your own. Only you can create this, and that's why you need to go this alone. And also you need to zoom out and see exactly what version of yourself you're leaving behind. And to gain that perspective, you can't have people giving you their opinions or being in your ear, because they're going to distract you from what you need to see. Yeah, right now you're meant to water your own garden and nourish yourself, take care of your body, rest, and just experience the tenderness of nature and the universe has to offer. And there's a lot going on around us that is just noise, okay? And it's meant to distract us from understanding ourselves and our path. So don't let the noise distract you. It is just a distraction. And you will see how much of a distraction it is once you experience nature and your energy and a day-to-day where you're not being influenced by other people's drama, by things going on. And didn't I say the Empress, return of Aphrodite? This is all to bring you back to yourself, to reclaim your power, to put back together the fragments of your soul that have been scattered from your experiences and pain and trauma. Is the birth of the goddess. That's what you're being birthed as a goddess. Look at that. See? And this is reminding me of fungi and mycelium, and how mycelium is responsible for regenerating and bringing new life, but also ending life and creating new life. So you're going through a death and a rebirth, and you're meant to emerge something much greater, someone much brighter, and there's some kind of you're transforming into this beautiful entity that you've always meant to be. And we have 2 dolphins here, so pile number 3, you may have a message there, because I saw 2 swans, and when I see swans and dolphins in pairs, I feel soulmates and twin flame energy here. So you are now meant to pull your energy to yourself and treat yourself as the sacred being that you are, and the sacred being you want to be treated as, okay? Because you are a goddess, and if you want to be treated as such, you need to treat yourself as such. If you're not treating yourself as such, guess what? People will not pick up on that energy, because they will not understand it if you don't understand it. Very simple. Yeah, it could be that you feel trapped here in a mindset or controlled by a mindset, and this could be someone who taught you when you were growing up, or it could have been a parent, and that person has no more control over you, but in your mind they still do. Even if they're no longer with us, even if you're no longer with this person, this could have been a romantic partner, a friend, could have been family member, a neighbor, a co-worker, a boss, okay, whoever this was, it's stuck in your mind and it is now present. So you are now meant to be going this alone, where you're working your way out of this entrapment. And it's a spiritual journey that only you can do. But it's like you have to take responsibility for this, and you need to seek the resolution to this, whether that's getting help from a therapist, from a spiritual counselor, from healing, energy healing, whatever it is. But definitely not listening to what other people say, because there's something about your experience that led you to learn to listen to what other people were telling you rather than your own intuition. Yeah, Tower moment and rebuild the tower. You could have Scorpio in your chart. You're meant to gain perspective and ask yourself, how is it that you want to rebuild yourself? Who is it that you want to be? How do you want to reinvent yourself after a process of, I see a death of the ego, and who do you want to be from now? And how do you want to work from your heart space? Okay, and that takes courage, because courage is about following, taking action from your heart space. So how are you going to rebuild yourself after maybe what may have been a shocking event all of a sudden in your life, or something that just pushed you out of your comfort zone because there was a faulty foundation that no longer made any sense, and it came crumbling somehow. It could have been energetically, physically, whatever this was. The number 16 could be relevant, as well as number 7. And you were meant to be shaken out of this comfort zone so that you could listen to your intuition. Okay, your intuition was trying to tell you something while your mind was being manipulated by someone in your present energy or from your past, still having that effect on you. You could have Pisces or Cancerian energy in your chart. The number 2 could be relevant here. Manifest. You could have Gemini or Virgo in your chart. You're meant to manifest from your intuition and not from what other people are telling you. So be equipped with intuition in that hump, if you will, okay? Teach. Yeah, you've been through many lessons in life. You have had karmic lessons. You could have Taurus in your chart. You could, the Hierophant here. You're being tested on what your commitment is and how committed you are to your growth, to your nourishment, to your self and your temple of who you are. These lessons you've been through in life, these karmic lessons, were not meant to keep you trapped in ego and fear. They were meant to be learned. They were meant to be processed. You were meant to feel the pain, but just take the lesson and leave the pain behind, which is what you're being invited to do, right? And manifest a whole new beginning for you. Taking the lessons with you, but leaving the pain behind, okay? Not allowing the pain to set you into fear mode. Just zoom out, gain perspective, see it for what it was, and don't take it with you into the future. Otherwise, you're risking feeling helpless, hopeless, and lost, okay? Eight of Swords. Yeah, there's you. Okay, so if you feel trapped or oppressed, you can free yourself. It's because the entrapment is you in your own mind. Your mind is trapping you. And how is it trapping you? Because you're obsessively thinking about something, and you are and you're overthinking things, and you are spending too much time thinking and not taking enough action. And so you feel trapped by something, but when you are the actual one trapping yourself, it's your mind trapping you. I don't see anyone else showing up here in this reading trapping you, but let's see what else we have. 9 of Cups. Yeah, you're meant to have your wish fulfillment. You're meant to live a happy life. You're meant to have the things that you want to have in life. The number 68 could be relevant to you, as well as the number 12. Sorry, the number 14 and the number 5. You need to change something about how you've been manifesting, and something about how you've been obsessively thinking about things that happened to you and worried that they may repeat themselves. We have justice, fairness, balance. Okay, do yourself justice and listen to your intuition. Don't listen to anyone else. The number 18 could be relevant, as well as the number 9. And make sure you're listening to your intuition and not to the ego and the devil in the mind. If you're dealing with a court case, the truth will be known, okay? And innocence will prevail, and justice and a balance and a fair outcome is what I see here. 6 of Swords. You're getting justice from something that really, really, really took a toll on your mental health, okay? You're going to be protected against accidents, by the way. And if you're dealing with any form of ailment, you will recover. You are manifesting your health back. If you have been dealing with a rocky court case situation, you're about to move into calmer waters. And you're manifesting a peaceful, healthy, healing resolution, okay? Three of Pentacles. The lessons you've learned are meant to teach you how to build a stronger foundation, and they actually gave you mental strength, and it didn't take from your mental strength, even though you felt like your mental health was shaky. Okay, it actually strengthened you. The number 58 could be relevant, as well as the number 13 and the number 4. You are protected against mental illness, by the way. 5 of Pentacles. The only thing, though, is that your mental state will be okay, but the only thing is that your mind could get in the way of you living to your full potential, basically. If you don't keep that under control, it's not really going to affect your mental health. It's going to make you stronger, but you're meant to learn to keep the devil in the mind at bay and get out of your mind, stop overthinking things, and stop feeling more. Start feeling more. And be patient with your process, okay? It's not something that happens from one day to the next, but you can manifest a different mindset, okay? Because right now your mindset is a little bit of lack and a little bit of not really believing in miracles or positive outcomes, when you can actually create these miracles and positive outcomes. Because with the Magician right smack in the middle, that is telling you that you have an ability to manifest anything you can put your mind to. So just be careful what you're putting your mind to, basically. We have romance. It says lavish the one you love with personal attention and affection. So if there's someone you love, make sure you let them know. And if you want to be lavished with love and attention and affection from this person, you have to be willing to give this the same. And even if it doesn't come back from that person, it will come back to you from who it's meant to come back from. The number 25 could be relevant, as well as the number 7. I'm seeing 2 7s already. Angel number 77. Actually, I'm seeing 777. So 7, you can change your luck, basically. Be authentic, but you need to be true, you need to be genuine, you need to be honest with yourself about who you are, what you want, how you feel, with everything in life and with everyone. Be authentic. That is the only way you're going to get what you want, okay? And you know, other people can't be hurt and offended by how you feel. It's not that you're feeling things on purpose, but they do benefit in knowing the truth about how you feel, who you are, and what you want. And instead of seeing it from a perspective of, oh, maybe I may ruffle some feathers. No, it's the more you're honest with people, the more they know what you need, and the more they're going to understand you and sympathize with you. And unless they're total, you know, what's the name for it? A-holes or pricks or whatever. But if they're nice, good people, they will understand you. And you also don't want to be surrounded by people who are just out for themselves all the time, and whose whims you serve, right? So the number 39 could be relevant to you, as well as the number 3. Okay, pile 4, that was your reading. It was a pleasure to read for you guys. If this resonates with you, let me know how in the comment section. If it doesn't, just choose another pile. Thank you for all your likes. Thank you for subscribing, for sharing the videos, saving the videos, commenting. It really helps the channel. It helps me bring you more. Extra content is on Patreon, TikTok, YouTube members area. Information for that is in the description box. For readings, energy healing sessions, and the healing bracelets and life purpose reports, you can find my email in the description box and the link to the Etsy store with a special discount code. It was a pleasure to read for you guys today. Bless you all. See you sometime soon. Bye. Till next time.